maybe somewhere I haven't been before. I don't wanna kill the vibe, I don't wanna feel it if it don't feel right. I just wanna break the ice. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. I could use a new friend. I don't wanna pretend. You just get who I am. Almost feel like we're fam. Think it's time that we try something money can't buy. You and me should go dance. Maybe find us some romance. I don't wanna talk tonight. I don't wanna waste another night. I just wanna hit the floor. Maybe somewhere I haven't been before. I don't wanna kill the vibe. I don't wanna feel it if it don't feel right. I just wanna break the ice. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. Ooh. There's so much more to life than tears. There's so much more to life than fears. All I want is a night off. All I need is a night off. All I want is a night off. Ooh. Take it away, take it away, take it away. Do it my way, do it my way, do it my way. Free from the pain, free from the pain, free from the pain. A night off, a night off. I know the reason why we chose to say goodbye, but I can't help my feelings. Right now, I can't deny you never left my mind, and now
Welcome back to Basel, everybody. We are into the semi-finals of the women's division, and we have a cracker of a matchup for you today. Swarm from Zurich up against Hot Mess Express. I'm Benji Reese, joined by Steph Rapazzo, and this is looking like quite a tasty game.
Yeah, isn't it last year's champs maybe going to breeze into the finals, but the winner of this one, anybody's pick, a hotly contested match. And we're underway with a blind D for Hot Mess Express, Benji.
What better way to start a tasty game, but with some tasty beverages as well. It's nice to be looked after.
The tooth.
Here's Lengenhager with the rainbow wristband on the left arm, trying to find the inside window through, looking towards the end zone and finishing so quickly and sleekly. The Hot Mess Express is leaving the station. Time to get aboard.
Best name in Ultimate, potentially, certainly the best name in Swiss Ultimate.
I love it.
And what a way to come out of the gates. Hot Mess Express, no messing around. Almost got that D accidentally, definitely blindly, but after the D, just making very good with it. Sharp throw to the corner, outside in on it. And Hot Mess take a 1-goal lead, and that's a break in the back pocket.
Yeah, utilizing the little inside window to get that break side movement going and then finishing it off to that front corner. Starting out on defense, getting an early break, exactly what the Hot Mess Express would have wanted. Cheers, by the way.
Yeah, indeed. Happy to be in Switzerland. Happy to be alongside Benji Reese. Happy to be with you at home watching on ULTI.TV. Semi-final, as mentioned. This for a ticket to the big show tomorrow as Zurich takes their second offensive possession.
Yeah, we're going to be in the stadium for the finals tomorrow. It's just behind us, so you can't see it, but trust me, it's there. So Tubian bouncing on the far sideline before Leumann. Seibert. Lundsmann putting a bit of air underneath it, looking for the shot towards the end zone. And able to squeeze it in there to your compatriot, in fact, Lauren Chi. One apiece.
The Canadian, gets her name on the stat sheet there. That time a more tempered attack by Zurich Swarm. They worked their way upfield. Siebert, the younger sister of Linnea Siebert, of course, who played with Frisbee, who played with Bologna Shout, who played all over the shop. She's done some work with Heidi's, but seems like the Ultimate runs genetically in that family because the younger sibling getting it done as well. Nice start here. Hot Mess, of course, with the advantage, opening with a break. A lot of players to watch. One at the bottom of your screen there, Alexandra Chuchian. She is a highlight machine. We saw her at Vienna. We think back to under 24s. Benji, a specimen of an athlete, and because of that, an incredible Ultimate player.
You feel like if Swarm are to win this game, she will have a huge part to play in that. Hot Mess Express bringing it to the brick mark. Sending cutters in motion nice and early. Throws a little bit of a riser and it getting in and out of Hoffman's hands.
Yeah, tough one to get, but a full hand on it. Put her off balance, but she would have wanted that one.
Yeah, felt like there were a couple of players going to that same space, so maybe the spacing there a little bit off. Diana. Finding it back to Siebert, who's happy to go every other, but curling it towards the far corner was too far for Harkman.
Yeah, Siebert shot a little bit high there, threw it with confidence, stepped into that forehand, and watched it sail above the intended receiver.
Schemp now. Little slashing cut from Lengenhager. And a pick. He's going to just provide an opportunity for a breather, which is most welcome on a very hot, sticky, humid day. I can see a fountain going off somewhere in the background, or like a sprinkler. At least I assume that's what it is, and it's not someone just shaking themselves loose.
I believe you're right, Benji.
The wind-up, the delivery from Vey. Can she chase it down? Superb, in stride. Rhea Schemp tracked it well. Must admit, Vey, she was weighing that up for a while, and I thought maybe the opportunity had been lost, but she delivered it perfectly. And Hot Mess Express with a clean, not a clean hold, in fact, but a hold on their first offensive point of the game.
Wubba lubba dub dub. Look at this by Way. What a shot. Schemp in the end zone, but a very well-weighted disc. Perfect spin. Rhea Schemp had a very brief chat with her before the game. She said she is all full of nerves for this one. She really wants to see herself in this new burner team. find their way into the final. And if they keep playing like that, they're going to give themselves a very good chance to get there. Of course, very early in this contest, 2-1. Hot Mess Express up with a 1-break advantage.
So they are also from Bern then.
Yes, they are, Benji.
Oh, the drop pull.
Goodness gracious.
Well, if you're Hot Mess Express, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Take what they give you. First throw to the end zone. Bang. Ruthless.
Hostetler in for that goal. What a glorious opportunity for them to be able to get away with that one. A drop pull, those are very hard to accept, but they are very easy to be able to take the advantage from. For Hostetler and Hot Mess Express, they don't mind seeing that one hit the ground, and they take advantage of it. A pair of breaks already for Hot Mess Express is having them feel pretty good. I would not say this one is anywhere near over.
Certainly
I think
not.
we're just seeing the nerves spread themselves onto the field for the very first time, you know, getting things worked out in this game. But plenty of time for Zurich, but a fiery hot start for Hot Mess Express.
Yeah, the other semi-final we can see going on the field beyond this one, fabulous take on Louvre, who we saw win their quarterfinal this morning. Here's Tutuian down the far sideline for Pietrafesa.
Oh!
Huge catch stuck by Tutuian. Lunsman works down the line, tries to fit it in there to Chi, but it's too far out in front.
Too far in front for Chi, but I guess that is what we're talking about when we talk about Tutuian. Her ability to make nothing into something, and she shows it there.
Starting with the inside, fitting it through that window to open the possession. Suggesting the backhand, but instead, no, we're going to swing central. Out into space. Oh, I thought this was going to allow the defender to close. And indeed, it does. Bolliger able to step in front. Lunsman picks up quickly to Pacifico. Two of them working between themselves. Pacifico on the stretch. Trying to get more lateral space with the swing to Lunsman into the end zone for the score. Well finished by Swarm.
Yeah, evaded disaster to some end there with that the chance that were given to Hot Mess Express. Thankfully for Zurich, they were able to weather those small storms, those pushes. The other way, there's Schemp. She had a couple lunges at disc to get second efforts, but Zurich are not putting it in the prettiest fashion here, but it is very reassuring for them and their chances that they are still managing through some untidy play, but still able to score goals here, still able to stay. They're down one. It does feel like they're down a bit more than that, but they're right there in it. And again, weathering this early hot start from Hot Mess Express, but ensuring they still have the potential to blast this game open themselves.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in this contest. Full 90-minute games to 15 this weekend. Palmeyer to Hostetler. Churning yards underneath with Durst. Playing the undergame for the moment. Now looking to get it off the line. High release, finds Palmeyer. Is going to take the next throw to Durst as well. Didn't quite like the look of that further breakside continuation, so they're going to redirect it with Hostetler. Hostetler slinging the blade to the end zone. Great catch, stuck on the reach there by Hannah Lengenhager. There is going to be a discussion about whether or not it was in the end zone.
My initial thought, I don't have the greatest look at the line, was that it was not in, but this is what they will discuss. While we get a glorious chance to have a second look, here's Hostetler winding up the slung blade, as Benji said, but they're back in play.
And finished on the next pass from Lengenhager to Hostetler, so the two of them will link up from the score, just the other way around, 4-2 to the Hot Mess Express.
Nice finish there, Hot Mess Express. A lot of hands involved, but the two mentioned, Hostetler and Lengenhager, putting in the finishing touches. Here is the first look. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That back foot's
She's
still
not
down,
in.
yeah.
So
it's not one of those where she's trying to do the jump in and it's like, oh, I definitely took her off, and you look at it again and it's like, did you though? No, this is just seems like a fair enough going for it on the reach, and just was I in? Not quite sure. Decided that she wasn't, which from where we were looking seems like the correct resolution, and then popped in with the next pass.
So 4-2. Early advantage for Hot Mess Express, a new team in Bern. As mentioned, some of these players had been in the Fab system, the Fabulous on the women's side. Some had played with Scorillas in the past. And this year, they seem to have put a lot of things together. They got great name, great uniforms, and are playing very well early in this semifinal.
Feels like they're here with a real purpose. Quite isolated in the handler set. Huge slashing cut across the field from Bolliger. Past the bidding defender. A stall out called. It did feel
fast.
Like the I thought I was going to say it felt like the disc was there for a while.
Okay.
Because there was not a lot going on downfield. It was just the reset positioned there. Who I just trying to see exactly who it was. Maybe Pacifico. And then eventually Bolliger activated all the way from this near sideline. But yeah, the fact that they got nothing going on downfield and were not able to get the reset off, it felt like a high stall situation. Was it off in time? We can't tell, right, because we can't hear the stall count from over here. But they're going to contest it and send it back. And rip it deep, looking for Tutuyan. But this time, it is well defended.
Yeah, Wei and Tutuyan, that's a awesome matchup to watch. I had a little ISO cam on them earlier in the point. I think Wei read that really well. She knew the deep was coming and cut deep before Tutuyan could have a step. And as such, got all the best of that defense. But then
miscommunication, expecting that cup to flare out. And it stayed true down the center, picking it up, squeezing the break down the line, and the edge would not take it back in bounds, looking for Camila Carosio.
Waiting and waiting for their advantage to come, had the chance there and let that one slip away. Surely they'll find another, but they feel like they're hard to come by so far in this game, especially when you're unable to convert.
What I would give to be under that sprinkler right now. Although maybe not with all this tech equipment around. Finding a way to get it off the line there to Ricci. Spacing of the reset a little bit off there, but finding it on a higher stall. There's going to be a pick downfield, but I don't think it should affect that.
Let us know if you're watching in the chats. What would or what should Benji give to be in that sprinkler?
Müller looking to get it off the line, happy to lose yardage. Just to keep things ticking. Vernet powers through the center. And El Rucci to space. It was leading away. And Nocella on the stretch couldn't get there.
Yeah, a couple speculators in that possession. The earlier throw going to Stefan was very hotly contested as well. And two throws later, just a bit too far out in front, so credit the Zurich defense.
Looking down the line to start, Tutuyan. Delivers to Carosio. Got to play a striding deep, thought they might try and arc the deep shot across the field, but resetting to Tutuyan instead. Zips it across to Chi. Looking for a reset that's not there. Excellent adjusting grab by Carosio. Zipping it down the line to Tuian. What?
Commando roll,
play.
keeps the toes, claims the goal with the hands up. That is the Tutuyen we've got used to knowing and giving our admiration to for her athletic prowess. She's just done it again, kicking things off and bringing it back to within one. Why not have another look at this one? Here comes the that catch behind.
It's tricky.
Yeah, tricky too. Here comes commando roll. Ba-doom. Yep, everything down, those toes down. And because of it, and goes into the roll, springs right back up to the feet.
That's always impressive when people do that. So there's a really famous clip of, do you know who Trey Turner, the baseball player, is? I think it's back when he was at the Dodgers, but he like slides into home and like slides through home plate and comes straight back up at the other side. It's like, oh my God, that is the swaggiest slide I've ever seen.
Love it. Love.
I think it's Trey Turner.
Big, like from, again, 2 weekends ago, Tobe de Crana is exceptional at the popping back up to the feet situation as well. He just put out his own highlight video. Go check that out on his channel.
What, Toby Fit?
Toby Fit.
Hot Mess Express. A little bit of flick on that one through the inside lane. And now shooting deep. I'm not sure this has got enough juice on it. And Siebert agrees.
Yeah, Hostetler a little overambitious there. I mean, she saw the deep, but she threw to her first look there. Even though it was a 50-50 at best, she could have shown some patience.
That one is just going to zip through the hands of Denza. Lengenhager strides purposefully forward. Centres to Dors. Dors utilising the wingspan to open up that inside window. Pollmeyer back to Dors. Big pump fake. Zipping it through the edge, took it away from Lengenhager, but she was still able to stick it. And the last one had too much pace and was too hot to handle.
Yeah, Hostetler put two hands on it, couldn't clamp them entirely. Doss didn't think her pass was going to go. Lengenhager did handle that one, but at the end, it's Zurich with the disc again.
Carosio. Resetting to Ronja Seibert. Possession's going nowhere in a hurry. Nice reacher for Lundsman. Now Diana. As Siebert rips it. There's a player who's got steps deep, Ciabatoni. Swarm can earn this first of their breaks back. A little bounce using Diana as the wall. And they deliver into the end zone. For the break, Swarm ties up at falls, although Hot Mess still have a one break advantage.
One break advantage, but as expected, these opportunities are going to come. Here, as we watch the second look at the score, since the dropped pull, Zurich have really tightened things up. And they've got one of their breaks back. The scoreboard is tied. Yes, a small advantage remains for Hot Mess Express, but I think the tightness that we expected in this game is starting to show itself now. It is going to be a heavyweight bout. They are going to go blow for blow here. And that, the first one from Zurich to get themselves one in the break column.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want as well. Two really good sides going at it. Head to head, tooth and nail. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Yep. This is the good stuff, Benji.
The pull fielded from the floor, and the first pass goes to the familiar fringe of Müller. Trying to initiate plays out of that side stack. Not seeing anything developing, so we'll run through the handler set for now. A floater. Is it going to be tracked?
Ooh.
Well, pretty sure that wasn't the intended target, but Meritve finds a way anyway. Down the line, it's going to float. And it wasn't quite picked off by Bolliger, but it didn't need to be. Lundsman just tightens the hair tie. Slightly offline, but well caught by Pietro Feza. Back to Lindsman. Now a little bit of pace about Swarm's offense. Even if they're not gaining yards, they are still moving the disc quickly, and that will create themselves opportunities. Looking to roll that one for Tutuian, but through the middle of the field, picked off. Travel called.
Yeah, still enjoying this battle between Wei and Tutuian. Potentially the two best athletes out there.
Marcella able to get it to Vey. Again, you saw the big wind up for the flick huck, but underneath, Hoffman. Violation. Although technically you should close the hands into fists, as Pacifico did there. Didn't see what the violation was. Ah, a football on the field. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's violating.
It's not supposed to be there.
Get that football out of here.
Get that football to Germany.
Yeah.
This is going to stay here with Nocella. But I think everyone was moving too quickly. That is another violation. Wait. Everyone's a little bit eager to get in play.
Goodness.
They're just jumping the gun ever so slightly. I think
Jan thinks everyone's ready now.
I think everyone's ready. Shooting, no fear to the end zone. Teased. Bolliger in there, but not able to close that door in time. And Hot Mess Express put themselves back on top into the hands of Schemp.
Yeah, Schemp does a great job there, spotting it, going up strong in traffic, two hands, and making sure of it. After the debacle of the young lads in the football, Hot Mess Express make very good there. There was a very good chance for Bolliger to come and make a defensive play if Schemp waited one more step, if she was not able to go up and take that at the high point. A lot of ifs, but she was able to do all that and did secure that next goal. Hot Mess stay in front, still with a goal, a break advantage, and a 5-4 lead on the scoreboard.
Yeah, still with that one break advantage. Just under 25 minutes gone. Games played to 90 minutes here this weekend, which is lovely to get full-length games to 15. One more game for you to come this afternoon. I think it is the second of the Open semi-finals between Free Speed and Solibang.
Looking forward to that action as well.
Ciabatoni now down this near sideline. Tutuian chops her feet and adjusts. Looking to get it off the line. Rolling it back to Siebert. Continuation is there. Wanted to take on the extra break. Didn't see the opportunity.
Pick called back to Tutuian. And you see the pick there between Hot Mess players.
I know Felix loves it when players get picked by their own teammates. I can hear him chuntering away behind me.
Yes, as can I. You evoked it.
Chuntering is absolutely the correct word to use, I think, in that situation.
Felix the Chunterer Shardlow.
Trying to take the break on down the sideline. Wasn't quite there. Lengenhager. Trying to trap them down that sideline. Squares up. Line cut develops early, and the offhand backhand delivers it to Durst. Lots of wet towels being passed around to keep players cool. Very sensible. Feels like there's an undercut to space there, but already turned to look at the reset. Durst doesn't see the angle to Polmeyer. That cut downfield's well covered. Still count rising, just about zipping it to Lengenhager. There's the shot. stretching the field. Got separation deep, wanted to muck it all the way into the end zone. There, he's not fully open yet. Vic resets herself back in position. And the next pass delivers it to Dus. And Hot Mess earn their second break back. They've got a 2-point lead, 6-4.
Love to see Vic not over pursue that, not try and leap it in, not try.
I think she tried a little bit. But
yeah, but okay. Well, after watching the last game, and we
Yes,
saw
yeah,
exactly
100%
what
with you.
the opposite potential might be to focus on the footwork before you focus on the catch. And here is another look. She did try and get the hop. She was well out, but her primary concern was the catch. Gave her the opportunity to set up this assist to Dus, and Hot Mess Express stretch the lead with that one. Also notable with this game, Benji, for Zurich Swarm, Malvina Volklova, an ex-captain of this team, I believe, but a very influential.
she's not here.
Player, not here today. And that is certainly someone they would love to have anytime they go out to battle, and definitely notable going into this one.
Lundsman picks up. They initiate towards the far side, and the continuation goes to Pietrafesa.
Ooh.
Just squeezes it past the defender. No idea how they found the window, but they did. Little shoulder fake sells the defender into the backfield. Zips it down the line. Not going to quite be in yet, though, is Lundsman. She'll find Chi. That'll get it done.
Yeah, nice work up that far sideline. Lundsman, Chi, Bolliger connecting using a narrow strip of lawn, but doing what they needed to do. One super grab by Bolliger to keep the possession alive. A sticky right hand was right before this possession. There's Lundsman onto the line, and you see the back off there as though the goal was already scored, and then she finds the space to score.
Been really impressed with the play of Lundsman in this game so far.
The captain stepping up in the big game.
It's exactly what you want from your captain.
Lead by example. It's nice to lead with a voice, but the voice carries a lot further when you're leading with the hand and the legs.
Yeah, there are some players who, you can tell that why they're leads because they're, a real vocal presence. You feel just they're always loud, always talking. There are some players who are still big leaders, but are not necessarily as vocal and let their play do the talking, and they set the example. They always give 100% commitment and give the guidelines for the other players to follow. Lengenhager gets it off to Polmeyer, and before collecting the return. Underneath goes. Now in the hands of Hoffman. Just beyond halfway. Polmeyer's the reset. Awkward angle, but gets it back to Polmeyer.
Yeah, a little bit too much shape on that, but it worked.
Tight on that far sideline. Catch well stuck there by Hostetler. Doss points, says let's go back to Polmeyer instead. Durst clears all the way through. Cynthia Durst. Seeing a lot of traffic downfield, so having to reset a fair few times here to get things in rhythm. Now it's going to lead Durst to space. She can throw open Polmeyer. Polmeyer with the next one. Oh, this is going to be a little bit floaty. It was a phenomenal catch. I don't know whether it was in.
Me either. The high five given. I'm not sure if the high five is an indication that, yes, I believe you're in. Here's another look. Out. Right foot was out of bounds when she came down. And
you don't think she was able to drag that foot?
I don't think left foot was down before. I'd love to see one more time.
The booth advises. Palmer, you can just see as soon as she releases, thinks, was I a bit too casual with that one?
So down but not caught.
Oh, I think that might be.
Oh, God, that is so close.
That might be in.
You're right. Yeah, I think I would like to take the opposite opinion there the second time. The players are wondering. They can have a look. It's very, very close. It's worth having a look at. I think it's given. I believe that's what we believe in the booth. After my initial opinion was out, I said it quite firmly. After watching it in super slow-mo, I think I agree that it was in. And that's the way it's been assessed on the field. Shall we watch it one more time, Ben?
I think I want to watch it again.
It was that close.
This is the first time really in the possession that they've been able to get this break side flow going, and Polmeyer's a little bit over eager to continue it.
Here it is. So, right
in
foot.
there. Yeah, I think
left foot.
the left foot does drag first.
Left foot, because the left foot was up and down as well. That was very, very close. But yes, I agree that was in.
It's a remarkable catch there from Jana Vick. I mean, zero right. A, to catch that, and B, to then able to drag that left foot inbounds for the score as well. Just how they drew it up, I guess.
Yeah. I'd like to see them try that again.
So would I. I think they wouldn't mind if some of their future scores are a little bit less eventful, though.
Yep.
Lundsman ripping it down the far sideline. All sorts of traffic, and two players got in each other's way.
All sorts of contact there. Diana was scorching down the center of the field and caught all sorts of body. Looks like the injury will be called, but back up to her feet and walking off.
Under her own power is always good to see.
Yes.
It looks like that right leg maybe just gets trapped a little bit there between the two swarm teammates. Again, a position that if one of them, really puts a name on it early, then A, the defender doesn't get a little bit trapped in there, and B, one of them probably has a better chance of catching it as well. I don't necessarily see a reason why the turnover shouldn't stand. But again, we're not necessarily privy to the discussions that are out there on the field.
I believe I'm in agreement with you. I
saw a hand signal in there.
Yeah,
turnover.
There it is.
How good are hand signals?
The hand signals are awesome.
Mm-hmm. All we need to do is put in hand signals for strip and force out, and we're done. Pack it up and go.
Berg.
If you're listening,
Are you
Ruben.
listening?
I don't know what time it is in
Straya.
Late.
Yeah.
I don't know precisely where he lives.
I think he's in Melbourne nowadays.
So, yeah. In the wee hours. So, chance to break for half for Hot Mess Express. Resetting back to Lengenhager. Lundsman sitting in that open side a little bit, daring them to take on the break, and the high release backhand does. Now Air underneath it, finding a matchup they like deep. Shemp rises above Bolliger. Next throw to the end zone, just rushed it, and Shemp bangs the ground in frustration.
Yeah, Shemp, I was just going to say, getting it done on the receiving end, caught that in a very similar manner to the goal she caught earlier. Two hands, went up very vertically, but the throw to follow looking for Way let her down.
So with the chance gone begging. Sitter into space for Situian. Lundsman follows. Now shooting deep again, Lengenhager tried to get underneath, and I think that maybe forced the receiver just to slow up a little bit in case it was tipped, but it wasn't, and it zips beyond everyone. Sending this one out into space. Good position, ripping the flick again, looking for Shemp. Such a reliable deep threat for them. Stefan having delivered. Charges deep, but it doesn't matter as Lengenhager hits it towards that far sideline. Hits it to the score. Hot Mess have an 8-5 half-time lead into the hands of Luna Marcella.
Halftime lead, they're going to come out and receive the disc. That makes it an even bigger lead. They are looking great. Schemp makes up for the throwaway earlier in the possession, catches the deep, dumps it off safely, and lets Legenhager see it in for goal. Hot Mess Express looking the goods in the first half, Benj.
You like the attitude and the faith there from the teammates. Doesn't matter that you had an error. It's fine. You're open. We still trust you. We're still going to throw it to you. Bang. It's gone. You know, look, we know it went wrong. You know it went wrong. We don't need to dwell on it. Let's get back in and play more Frisbee. And that they do. Down the far sideline. The Hot Mess Express looking good for a finals appearance in their first year here at Swiss Nationals. An 8-5 half-time lead on Swarm.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
our
work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Hallo, ich bin Sarina und erkläre dir den Sidearm-Wurf. Du machst eine Schere zwischen Mittelfinger und Ringfinger, legst den Mittelfinger und den Zeigefinger an den Innenrand verschieben, den Daumen legst oben drauf auf die Rille, den Ringfinger und den Kleinfinger kannst du aussen machen zum Stabilisieren brauchen. Wir stehen hüftbreit, ausgerichtet dorthin, wo wir werfen wollen, und wir machen einen kleinen Ausfallschritt zu der Hand, die wir die Scheibe haben. Dann ist ganz wichtig beim Werfen das Handgelenk. Aus dem Handgelenk machen wir so einen Kick, damit möglichst viel Draht auf die Scheibe kommt und die schön fliegt. Das ist viel wichtiger als die Kraft selber. Die Wurfbahn verschieben kann man in dem verändern, dass man den Winkel anpassen. Das heisst, man kann die Aussenkante aufstellen, dann macht das Frisbee einen Bogen aussen. Und wenn man die Aussenkante runterhängen lässt, dann macht sie eine Innenkurve.
Du möchtest so werfen können wie Sarina? Dann melde dich doch unverbindlich bei einem unserer Clubs und erfahre alles über Ultimate, die schnelle Teamsportart mit dem Frisbee. Alle Infos findest du auf unserer Verbandswebseite ultimate.ch. Wir freuen uns, von dir zu hören.
So, jetzt wünsche ich euch ganz viel Spaß beim Scheibenwerfen.
Swarm in a bit of a hole here. 8-5. They trail Hot Mess Express. Women's semi-final action here at the Swiss National Championships Phase 2, which basically means that a few weeks ago they had Phase 1, which is kind of initial pools. You get your bracket set for quarters, semis and finals, and then they play the brackets on a separate weekend. The idea being that you're not cramming a whole, 6 games into 6-7 games into 2 days. Teams get a bit more time to rest, recover, and you can make the finals a bit more of a showpiece.
Indeed, and we're getting a showpiece here, certainly from Hot Mess Express. Zurich Swarm, a few too many gimmies in that first half, a couple unforced errors, the drop pull, a couple throwaways with short fields gained, and Hot Mess Express have taken advantage of it. Swarm may have something to say with it in the second half, but they have got to start getting onto that mouthpiece soon if they'll have something to say.
Langenhager, who's so reliable in that first half as ever, starts clearing out a huge space in the centre of the field. Dus powers underneath, mashed up against the Tuyam. That's a fun matchup. And zipped right through the little post book that Hostetler provided.
There's an unforced error. The other way to start the second half. Let's see if Swarm can start with the fire that Hot Mess Express did the first half.
Lunsman, beautiful leading pass.
Fearless.
But I'm not entirely sure that's how she envisioned it coming out, but certainly did the trick. Zipping it past Polmeyer. Didn't see it until it was too late. Now Lundstman again. You run straight through the stack like that. That is almost inevitably going to cause a pick. Now to Tuian. To Seibert. Oh my goodness, the blade all the way across the field asked too much of Lundstman.
Loved the throw from Tutuyan to go to Seibert, and I did not mind the vision there from Seibert, but a bit too much mustard on that one.
I like the idea, but it's a throw with a really high degree of difficulty. Bit of air underneath, it's going to be tipped round the corner, and the backup in and out of Rose's hands.
Yeah, second effort was available, but 2 hands touch, none collect.
Lundstman might have had that throw tipped on the fourth, but it didn't matter. Now to Tuian. Corrosio in the centre. Going back to Lundstman. Moving the disc with a nice pace and frequency. To Tuian, the break side to Chi, who just about snatches it. And a break to start the second half of Swarm. That is exactly what they needed.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed, a hot mess of a break. Multiple opportunities for both sides there, but it is Swarm that get it back with the shorter field after the double touch turnover off the Langenhager pass. And Tutuyan really milks this one towards the front line and finds Chi for the easy finish.
Steph, you've got a big old graze on your arm.
I do have a big old graze on my arm, Benji. I fell off my skateboard yesterday. I was cranking it, though. It was all right. It was my fault, too.
You were doing what on your skateboard?
I was cranking.
In public?
No, Benji, that is not what that means.
You will have to enlighten me. I am not down with the kids.
I was going very fast and having some nice big old turns, and I tried to merge with a cycling lane, but there was a bike coming, so I turned back on the bumpy stuff for blind people, and that caused me to fall and slide. And there's about 20 people who saw me do it.
By cranking it, I assumed you meant playing with your Playdate, which is a little console like a Game Boy, but it's got a little crank on the side you can use as like an extra button.
That is not what you assumed, Benji, but
You don't know that.
I do know. I know how your brain works.
Here's Schemp, just behind the brick mark. Feels like another stoppage. Didn't see what. Violation. Everyone forgets to close their fists as normal.
Benji, get out there and show him how to make hand signals.
Just like it's just this. All you need to do is close the hands. The throw is low. They bidded.
They are offering the potential for some second half momentum to Swarm here.
The door is more than ajar. Lundstman through the inside window. She knew that it was not the one.
The door is no longer ajar. It's a bottle.
Fogg will bring it to the front line of the end zone. Vein motors underneath. Getting the reset out quickly. Plucked well. Now a bit of air underneath it towards the far side. There is a pick. Hugman unable to catch up with a couple of players in the way. One from either side. We are sweating just stood here in our commentary tent. I can't imagine what it's like out there on the field.
I can imagine.
Okay, I can imagine. It's just not nice.
Yeah, I dislike even the imagination of it.
Doing a really good job of compressing the hot mess offense here. Everything's being forced to be ground out underneath. Great find of the inside window. Stefan. Schemp. Nice reaching grab made there by Vogue. Took an extra step and resets herself. Vey. Thought she was going to shoot it, but decides against it. Looking for an inside window, not seeing it. Drops the shoulders and burrows her way underneath now. Vogue with a bit of air underneath it. Anyone going to get there? Oh, my goodness.
There may well be a call on that, but that was an exceptional grab by Vey. She did run herself into some traffic there, followed that expertly. What a grab it is given. Wow, that is something else.
We have seen some frankly ludicrous snags in this contest. Another one here, because all sorts of traffic, and how on earth does Vey, of all players, emerge with it?
I mean, it was for Vey, but it was thrown behind Vey towards the pair there, the defender and Vey's teammate. And for her to go up and get that while it was it basically targeted at an opposing hand, just great aggressive pursuit, making sure it was hers, eyes only on the disc, nothing dangerous about it. Did not take her eyes off of the opposing player, but was really just driven to come down with that one.
You can see that cut develop from a long way away and gets it. And yes, there is contact afterwards. There could easily see that have ended in a lot more contact as well.
Is there a case there to have called a foul, Benji?
I think you'd be within your rights to call it and have the discussion. Again, while we look at it, we don't necessarily feel how much contact there is there. But I agree with not calling the foul, I think. But look, as any ultimate spectator, when do you ever root for players to call a foul, right?
No.
It's never happened ever, even if it's completely valid. It's the nature of the beast. Leumann picks up, and the first pass is underneath to Haugman. Now to Tuian on the sideline. They've got the cutter striding across the field there. Really clear game plan for that point. Drew it up nicely. Tuian just couldn't quite elevate the shot for long enough.
Yeah, through between two receivers there. I think her perception got thrown off. She had one upline cut and then what was likely the intended receiver upfield, and kind of got the worst of both worlds there.
Langenhager to Dus. Going to get it back to Langenhager on that upline cut. There's a pick away from the disc that I'm not sure affected things. And they are going to decide that it did not. They should readjust their positioning because you don't have to precisely catch up. But after any stoppage, actually, not just a pick, you are allowed, and in fact encouraged, to alter your position to prevent picks occurring on the restart. There we are. There's my 4 for rules knowledge and use. Langenhager zipping the inside window.
Ooh!
And the intercepted. Seibert snatches it. Tuian bouncing with Chi. Into space. Oh, Seibert with the trailing edge again.
And gets up and calls the timeout. What kind of a layout was that trailing edge?
It's all the rage here in Switzerland, and she didn't even get up and called the timeout. As soon as she had it on the floor, timeout.
Goodness gracious, let's see this one again.
Oh, my word. You putting that left hand down as well, it bears a lot of the weight, and you do worry slightly about the wrist.
The left hand down, but to get the trailing edge, that really rotated that right shoulder underneath to make sure that happened. Wow, that was just something special. This game has given us all sorts to be excited about. Make sure you hit that like button.
So many trailblazing trailing edge grabs in Swiss Nationals so far this weekend. Timeout on the field then. Swarm looking to eat away at this Hot Mess Express advantage. Currently 9-6 Hot Mess Express lead.
I'm Steph Pazzo, and I must eat.
Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater.
On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe.
Oh, wow.
Guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of.
Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Go find Steph Pazzo on YouTube. Like and subscribe and follow the European Ultimate Must-Eat series.
Should we look at it again? Let's look at it again. 9-6 Hot Mess Express lead, although Ronja Seibert obviously has something to say about that.
Yeah. Ronja Seibert, we said that she is a sibling of a Frisbee family and showing the pedigree there, never to be outdone by what her elder sister may have done in the past. That catch, I'm very happy it was caught on these cameras and will live forever on the interweb because it was something else.
Yep, free on ULTI.TV's YouTube for eternity. Straight off the restart, that high release backhand, clearing out that break side space for Tatuian. Looking around for the backhand, easy at the front of the end zone, punched in with the most minimal of fusses. Julia Leumann makes it 7-9.
Yeah, I love to see the high release backhand to the break side and then everything just to the open side. The toes goes. Principle, Benji, do you know what toes goes is as a strategic principle?
Enlighten me.
TOS, throw open side, go open side.
Oh,
and they
yes.
give us a bit of toes goes until they've kind of dragged the defense all going one way. Tutrian gives that big pivot, goes the other way, and then a wide open break right in front of her in the middle of the field. Nice score. Bring it back within 2. 7-9, keeping themselves within striking distance here in Basel.
I will say that these swarm jerseys that would once a brilliant right have now certainly discoloured, A, from the sweat, and B, from a very unusual rain that is, how can I put this? Filthy. It's filthy rain.
Yeah, if Prince was writing a song about it, he would colour it brown instead of purple.
I don't think he'd go purple. I don't think he'd go brown because that doesn't quite fit the rhythm.
Brown rain.
Orange rain. Orange rain. And it's fine because you don't need to rhyme with orange in the same way that you don't need to rhyme with purple. That was the genius of Prince. Why try and rhyme with something like that when you can rhyme with rain instead? So much easier.
Everything about Prince was genius.
So true, bestie. Hot Mess Express looking very controlled. Shemp swinging, wants it back and gets it. Now Vey, been a real engine downfield. Gives the nod, wants to go back central. To Vogue, does. Utilising the width of the field, zinging down the far sideline for Shemp. What a put.
Yeah, beautiful put. Shemp continues to use the legs to stretch the field, to open up the space between her and her own defender, but also the whole team defense. And a put to be able to respect a cut like that generates well, is a put worthy of giving a 3-point separation. Let's have another look.
Utilising the width of the field well, defender trailing in coverage. All that needs to happen is for Shemp to make the catch, and there was never really a doubt about that.
No, I only would have doubted it had the airplane arms come out early.
It's been a while since I've seen anyone drop it off the showboat, but I always want it to happen. I'm not even sorry about it, actually.
No, same. If you're gonna put those up, I'm going to cheer for the drop as well.
You have to know how funny it is when that happens. I'm sorry. There's nothing like a bit of good old-fashioned Schadenfreude.
Then a good old-fashioned what, Benji?
Schadenfreude.
Oh, yeah, Schadenfreude. What is a Schadenfreude?
It's to take joy in other people's misfortune.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, like, someone falls over and you laugh at them. Schadenfreude.
I've never done that.
Please. Like you drop an easy under and you get scored on by Leon Grant and everyone takes advantage of your Schadenfreude.
There was a whole lot of Schadenfreude when I fell off my skateboard.
Yes, exactly.
As well.
See, you get it, Steph.
Well, no, I don't. The other people got it.
Now, see, you really do get it.
I seem to be on the receiving end of Schadenfreude.
Oh, miscommunication, and Lengenhager just nips in there, finishes with the first pass to Doss. Hot Mess Express are charging forward.
Lengenhager is just doing kind of the easy stuff for Hot Mess Express. She hasn't really been a highlight reel out there, but she's there to make the plays every time, does the easy stuff consistently.
You need players who do the sensible things and do the sensible things well. This time, as you mentioned, it's not a sick layout or a toe-in grab or whatever, but just taking advantage, being in the right position so that when there is that miscommunication, bam, you're ready to strike, and not trying anything too fancy. Afterwards, take a breath. Okay, high release backhand out into space to throw that she's got all day. Not a problem at all. There you are. Still apparently 29 degrees.
Yeah, it's not even 30 now. It's cool out here.
It does feel, actually it feels even cooler than that.
It does.
I think that's partly because it feels like the weather is about to break.
Yeah, maybe
but we
the
felt that a bit all
thermometer's
day.
broken from the extreme heat earlier.
It's felt like it's been about to break all day, and so far it has remained unbroken, save for a temporary dirty shower.
Dirty orange rain. So, with a 7-11 scoreline and this heat, I'd tell you what I could go for.
A milkshake?
Not quite a milkshake, a little too milky for me, a little too creamy, but something, you know.
A frozen margarita?
That too much booze in it for right now, Ben. It's just, like that, but without the alcohol. Like a Slurpee or something.
A slush puppy? Other brands are
Slurpee.
available.
Can we have a Slurpee? Are those available?
Is Slurpee a brand as well, or is that just
It is a brand.
generic?
It is a brand. Where does it come from? Where does that come from?
I don't know. We don't.
They're always open.
They are always open. So was Corosio. So but to Tutuian. Trying to move it metronomically. Now Hot Mess able to sink their teeth in a little bit. Cyber utilising the break. Well, brilliant layout. Woo! Superbly stuck. Nails the landing as well. Superb work from Hagman. To Tuian. Corosio is going to make that breakside cut from deep. Bounces it back to the centre. The classic coat hanger. Hit one corner. Plant, burn back central. All the way across. And she gets it on the bounce back for the score. 11-8.
Yeah, second time Tutuyan's made a similar style play, looking to continue the flow all the way to the sideline. Look back to the middle with, this time, no pivot, but just not following the pivot to the sideline. Finds the inside seam, wide open, right in front of her, and hits the shot for her second assist of the sort. You see, she didn't have the backhand pivot on, but that is still where the direction was. She caught the disc in that backhand pivot and really just centered herself up, looked at the center of the field, and straight in front of her. That was like a break throw, but it was given as a gimme open.
Yeah, it's a clever cut from Corosio because even though she realises probably not going to get that break side throw off there, fully commits to it anyway because that draws the defender into committing to it as well and creates that safe space to come across. Paul Meyer. Doss. Oh, that's why you get your body behind the disc. So if you don't make the cleanest of grabs, you're still in position.
Yeah, get the trap to the body.
And Doss again. Putting the long wingspan to good use. Lengenhager doesn't see the initial open side from Doss. Very handler-driven possession so far. Switch peeled off. Zinged in there. Stedler. Might take the reset back to Doss. Been very disciplined about taking those. Now Lengenhager comes all the way back to help out. Collects the little toss forward. Pietrafesa on the mark.
Langenhager went for a full around the world there. She didn't get the look from the dump space on her upline cut all the way into the end zone, took her mark for a very long run, and brought her all the way back into the dump space and collected again. That is how you keep the defense on their toes.
It's the sort of commitment you want. Never settled. As soon as you're static, that provides defenders opportunities to maybe adjust their position. Deep shot gone, and just looked around thinking, surely that's not for me, but it was, and it allowed Lundsman to get a hand in there on the recovery. In the position, looks around and hesitates a little bit. And Lundsman needs no second invitation. That throw is going to float, be picked off by Langenhager.
Guess who's there, yep.
Dus. Again, not seeing separation downfield before Pohlmeier finds space. Dish back to Langenhager. Pohlmeier's going to continue up the line. No, bounce into the open side and looking for Dus instead. Shows the flick, but I think probably wants to get it off the line here. That is going to be a pick. See that coming a mile off. Tutuian catches back up with Rose.
And Hot Mess Express maintain their end zone attacking vertical set. Nobody in the dump space for the time being.
Still count got to be rising, but Hostetler. Corosio stops the throw, going in the backfield to Dus. Now Langenhager in a very narrow window. Again, looking towards the end zone. At what point do they turn, look for the reset? Opening it up all the way across the field to Tuian. Oh my goodness!
Tuian, you gotta be kidding me.
You thought that maybe she wasn't quite in a position to bid, but just when you take your eyes off her, bang, she pulls the trigger and flies through. Leumann. Back to Corosio. Now to Tuian. Tuian on the break, throw a little bit too far for a tiring Corosio. Any guesses who was there to intercept it?
Langenhager?
Oh, it was.
Oh, she's everywhere.
She is everywhere.
Uh-oh,
but not there,
field now,
unfortunately,
bench.
because throw was a little bit behind, but accepted foul on the throw, it seems.
Okay, not a short field.
Would have been, were it not for the infraction.
Hostetler will bring it back in. A little bit of
Yoink.
contact. Oh, my goodness, Tutuian.
Yeah, the left hand just steals in there. Langenhager, with her own left hand, sticks the catch and takes the timeout, I think, just needing a welcome breather.
Yeah, put the heart back in the chest after that one. The Tutuian D, the back and forth exchanges of turnovers immediately thereafter. A hot bit of action here between Swarm and Hot Mess Express. Things are heating up in the final frame here, particularly with that Alexandra Tutuian continuing to give us highlights.
Yeah, getting the disc back, but Swarm unable to do anything with it. Can Hot Mess make the most of their opportunity? 11-8 they lead here in this Swiss Nationals semi-final.
We are Hive Ultimate, a group of players and coaches from all over the world working together to progress the next generation of Ultimate strategy. We've helped top teams win world championships and new teams introduce the sport in a fun and inclusive way. Search for Hive Ultimate on YouTube to learn more about our cutting-edge strategies and to see analysis of world-class teams. To find out what Hive can do for your team, head over to our Patreon page where you can gain access to our exclusive drills and session plans and to join our worldwide community of coaches. Get ahead of the curve with Hive Ultimate.
Oh my goodness. That is unbelievable. And created the net and made for it.
That was absolutely incredible.
Live.ULTI.TV. By the way, if you want to get involved with the newsletter, get out your weekly dose of what's going on in the world of Ultimate, where you can tune in. Like, for example, this weekend at Swiss Nationals, where we are here in Basel all weekend for Phase 2 of the Open and Women's divisions, and we are in the Women's semi-finals for you now. A real barn burner we got here. 11-8 Hot Mess Express leading Swarm, and I'm sure it will continue to swing back and forth.
Yeah, the Hot Mess Express have had the advantage right from the get-go, opening things off with a break. But Swarm on a bit of a refusing to go away here. They have not put themselves right back in it, but they are not allowing Hot Mess Express to run away with this. And we all know in a game of Ultimate, if you can just stay close enough, because you have to finish things off, you have to put that final nail in, you have to have that opera singer sing. If you don't separate, you're still giving a chance to the team playing from behind to go on a late run and potentially pull off what some think is the unthinkable.
Split stack look coming off this timeout then. Again, keeping that centre of the field clear. Hostetler jinking and jiving, but not seeing it with the poach off Polmeyer, so they bounce it through her. Polmeyer once more. Wide open underneath. Oh, off the hand, and Doss collects the tip from Vic. Langenhager puts a bit of air underneath the deep option. The defender closes, but not close enough. And Laura Hostetler punches it in. Langenhager, immaculate in the delivery as always, 12-8.
Yeah, great run by Hostetler. Love the chase. I was going to commend Swarm earlier in this point for their defensive efforts. There was one great lapse that set up the Langenhager reception, and from then, Langenhager does what she has been doing all game long, put up a scintillator. Again, that one a little bit more in the realms of the highlight, a throwing highlight, tougher to classify than receiving highlights, of course, but Langenhager opens up the backhand, very beautiful mechanics on that backhand throw, and right over the defender into the hands of Hostetler. Beautiful throw by Hannah Langenhager.
Yeah, Langenhager's been an absolute star in this game for Hot Mess Express, which is so much fun to say.
Yeah.
And that's not
beyond all that. Langenhager, some excellent shoulder tattoos. A sun and a sunflower.
Okay. You are the ink expert. I would never.
Nah, not your game.
More than anything, I think I'd look rubbish.
You could never look rubbish to me, Benji.
I don't know. At the end of this day, maybe as the throw bounces in and out of the hands, a relative gift.
Denzer
for Hot Mess.
Not going to be happy with herself that time. That's a second unforced receiving error to her name.
Fork pits up. Didn't like the look of the reset for Nacella. High release. Oh my word.
Oh, no way.
Yes, they. With the next one, just short. I think maybe understandable, given that you've just thrown yourself around, that your form might not quite be there. I mean, honestly, so many big plays in this game from both sides. Setting the grass ablaze here in these hot, sweltering, muggy conditions in Basel.
Woo, nice strong hands there.
Yeah, good hold under pressure from Chabatoni. Now Pacifico on the far sideline. Seibert around to Chi. Canadian pumps the backhand, redirects into the centre. Lindsman to Seibert. And now low. But Lynn Bolliger gets it anyway, and it just kept going too far for Seibert. Maybe a little bit earlier she would have bid for that, but I think as the players are being ground down by the oppressive atmospheric conditions, it's understandable that, maybe those reserves aren't quite there.
Speaking of reserves, do we have a substitution on the field here?
Yeah, it looks like Ria Schemp is coming off and Lengenhager's coming on.
And no reciprocation by Zurich Swarm. Always surprising, especially late in a point, to not take advantage of that.
I think with, missing a few players, though, this weekend, that making sure, when players are on the sideline, they are properly recuperating might be their main task here.
Ooh.
No idea how that fit in that window. Not sure they mind, but they miss on the next throw. Can only push their luck so far. Lundsman. Down the line, is it going to take the edge? Is not going to take it back into Chi, and even if it might have done, the defender, of course, doesn't care about staying in bounds.
No need to on the defensive side, of course.
And Vey picks it up again. Lengenhager, there's a stoppage. Spirits still remaining high, despite the sapped energy levels by this point. Finding the inside into the centre for Noshala. Squeezing the reset off. I think that foot was on the line.
I believe the same.
Players on the field agree with each other. Doesn't matter whether they agree with us. Except, it makes me feel good. But that's not the important thing, of course.
Is you feeling good? There's some importance to that, Benji.
I appreciate that, Steph. Thank you. Pacifico. Siebert rolling the blade into space and into the end zone for the score.
Tell you what, Siebert's heating up a little bit out there, as are her white-shirted or oranging-shirted compatriots, teammates rather. But they are, again, I'll say it, they're just not going away. If you're going to give a chance to these players to be able to make scoring completions and plays that are going to give them momentous boosts, you better be careful. There's some screaming over on the other field right now. Looks like Free Speed put one on to Solibang. There's a triple spike by Brunner, and one that went right off the crossbar, but a lot of noise coming from Free Speed Solibang open side.
Oh, is that Free Speed Solibang?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize. I have not seen those Solibang kind of blue and white hoops.
Yeah, that's their weird hoops. I get it, but hoops?
Yes.
Stripes, Ben.
No, stripes are vertical, hoops are horizontal.
I get it, but no.
Trust me, Steph, it's the thing.
In England?
Everywhere.
No.
Yes, as a jersey and uniform aficionado.
I'm an aficionado too, Benj.
Not having that.
He scoffs with his face.
I assume that means that we're going to be doing the Flying Angels versus Panthers semi-final in the Open Division then.
Sounds like it.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Cracker. Get to see our boy Nas.
Heard of that guy. Here's Lengenhager. Rainbow wristband resplendent on her left arm as ever. Polmeyer. Zips the inside through to Doss, just in front of Tutuyan.
Gotta be careful. Anything just in front of Tutuyan.
Yep. Because before you know it, it's not just in front of her. Lengenhager to Doss. Taking the end zone shot to Hostetler, who is so devastating near the end zone. 13-9, Hot Mess have the finish line in sight for today at least.
Yeah, Hostetler showing her speed once again. Not the biggest receiver, but because of her speed, able to create that separation. Loved the battle between Dush and Tutuyan. Tutuyan got very, very close, but then on the second ask, Dush got wide open. Well, not wide open, but open enough to collect in the reset space and threw a perfect forehand into Hostetler to take a convincing lead now. They're 4 ahead and 2 away. That is a good place to be. The most dangerous lead in sports, Benji? the most comfortable lead in sports.
Yeah, it isn't the most comfortable. It's also not the most dangerous. Again, I think a 1-point lead is probably a bit more dangerous, but I've said my piece on this.
Yeah, that's exactly why I bring it up again. I love your piece. Benji, not everybody remembers your piece.
Unfortunately, I've been told that. I don't know why you're sniggering. I just mean that I've got a number of bits, right? And so there's only so many that people can hold in their head at any one time. I'm not making this sound any better, am I? It's a Tuian that throws low and turfs. Got to commit to the bit, Steph. I've always said that.
Yeah, Benji cranking it on the mic.
The Swiss Nationals continues to crank out bangers. Trying to sneak the upline through there to Vogue, but overthrown. You could see there Beatrice Ciabattoni looking around to seeing if there was the potential, and she intercepted. Bounces it off Pacifico. Oh, wow. Reaching snag by Tuian. Intensity still out there for both sides. Into the center. Ciabattoni dumping backwards. Pacifico. Tuian wanted the break side. Will dish off, and the classic toes goes, throw open side, go open side, but it's well shuttled in. Off the hands and wasn't available for the second attempt there after Leumann could only tip it.
Yeah, just off the hand. Another very nice possession by Swarm. I thought they were looking good. I thought every thrower was calming themselves and setting up for a nice throw, but it does turn into a game of inches when the intensity ramps up, and that one just bounces off the hand, and now Hot Mess Express.
We're in Europe, Steph. Game of centimeters.
What?
High stall, throw going deep. Well, because we use metric over here. And I think that was just seeing if anyone could have an opportunity to bring it in, but no one could.
What's the speed limit in the UK?
Oh, the UK uses miles per hour, but we have a weird mismatch of metric and imperial.
Ah.
But Europe uses kilometers.
Ah, okay.
Zinging it through the inside window. Leumann snags this time. Dumps it to Tuian, now back to Lundsmann. Lundsmann, oh my word, that's a throw. Leading it into space. Defender tried to flash in and get the block. But Tuian held firm. Now high release, tossed into space, and able to just toe the line at the front of the end zone there for the score. It is Julia Leumann.
10-13. The updated score.
About 10 minutes left till that cap comes on.
Now it's 2 away and 3 ahead. Slightly less comfortable.
And I think anytime you need fewer points to win than your opponent needs to catch up with you, you're in a very good position.
Yes. I agree with that completely. But these are the hardest points to score for Hot Mess Express. The last couple to get to that finish line. This is where mental strength is the biggest part of the game. They've already proved that they can do it physically. They've got the speed, they've got the throws, they're tactically sound. This is where the mental aptitude of the game comes into play for them to be able to see these goals all the way in. To Tuian taking a break out there, but hoping that her team can extend this game a little bit further while she's on the bench. Polmeyer gets it for Hot Mess Express, Benji.
Swarm going with the zone, trying to maybe just steal a free turnover, and they got one. Not quite sure that was necessarily how they envisaged it, but they'll take it. Maybe wondering why it took them so long to go into that defensive look. But I guess now you may as well throw everything you have at them. Lundsmann. Going short to Leumann. Leumann in the end zone for the score, and the Swarm break.
2 in a row now for the Swarm. It is 2 away and 2 ahead now, Benji. And what did I say about the hardest points to score are the ones you think the most about? These are, that is a classic case in point. Hot Mess Express, a completely unforced error from the pull and taking advantage of all that happened while their best player is on the bench while Tutuyan's taking a break. This game is not over, Benji.
Hell nah. Hot Mess Express, absolutely they have the quality to close this out. Swarm absolutely have this quality to prevent them. And it's why it's been such an engrossing semi-final.
You see now the whole team coming out to the line call. I think most of the team has been coming for most of the game. Now it is a very complete version. The intensity mounting with every next point here.
Everyone giving everything. There's going to be grazes and muddy shins and thighs all over the field. And they've not even been riding on skateboards. I find that very funny, Steph.
Yeah, there were so many people like feeling bad for me, which I felt like they were laughing at me, but they weren't exactly. Anyways, back to this action.
Just had a quick check of her hands there. It's like, oh, don't you dare. The zone comes out from Swarm because it got them the turn last time, and that one ripped by Hostetler. Vog of all people, who we've normally seen back in the handling space, leaking free deep. Wants to reset to Lengenhager. Finds it. Lengenhager shoots and scores. Hostetler again, one away from victory.
That should steady the ship for Hot Mess Express. Giving up 2 would have had all sorts of doubt creeping in, even with the advantage on the scoreboard. I did think the initial deep shot from Hostetler had a little bit of a travel in the foot drag there, but once they got it upfield, they were very steady, very calm, and very direct with their throws all the way in. And they are now 1 goal away from a seat in the final, Benji. Uncharted waters here for Hot Mess Express. Can they see themselves through?
Yeah, they were able to find that spot in the middle of the field with a lot of traffic up front towards the disc and also on the wings. The center of the field was vacated and they zipped it in there. And Hostetler, fair play, saw the window and knew that if it was going to go, it had to go quickly and really jammed it deep. Vog to pull. Going with a backhand roller. We're on your Cybert Fields. And Leumann deals down this sideline. The toe looked good to me.
Exceptionally tracked.
To Tuian, thinking about the scoring shot. Bit of clutter in that handling set. Upline's going to go here to Cybert. Can she muck it into the end zone? Looks like the score is given. 12-14. Well, they've held their offense. Now they need to get this break train rolling, and they need to get it rolling quick.
Yeah, there is obviously no room for anything but for Zoo's Swarm, for Zurich's Swarm. Any more points conceded is the game over for them. There's another great slow-mo shot at that. Well done to keep the foot in bounds. I'd imagine if I'm Zurich Swarm, I'm putting my top line out there right now. There is no potential to wait for the next point now. If I'm coaching, these are these tough situations where line calling goes to my best 7. If my best 7 are tired, it's my freshest available, including the best 7, and you call upon your top players to say, hey, I'm going to need you for 2 or 3 in a row, but you're not going to get a rest until this thing is over.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll take it in their stride, because this is what you want to be in these tight games. maybe be up against it slightly.
Oh, yeah.
And say, you know what, we back ourselves. Doesn't matter.
Who doesn't want a universe point game? There's nothing better than a come-from-behind universe point win. There is no better feeling.
And is it over? Well, apparently not.
Benji, was that a drop pull? Or first throw? Goodness gracious.
As good as in the end.
The pressure is mounting.
Lundsman takes the reset then to Pacifico. Out wide and Durst with the run through, but maybe ran through Carosio to do so.
Durst did get a good step on her. I did think her left elbow was tangled up just enough, though. Here's another look. Right elbow, rather. She did win the race. Did she cross the line just a bit? That's for them to decide, but you're always welcome to give us your opinion in the chats as they get back into play.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
All the way down the river, but the throw was a little high and just little slick. It bounced out of her hands. Hot Mess Express get away with it. Nice skyscraping grab by Dus. On the inside through to Lengenhager. Pick away from the disc.
Wow, what a play. I wonder if that was Swarm's chance. Hot Mess Express gave the error up, gave the possession up. Swarm had everything going. The shot for goal bounced off the hand. Now Hot Mess Express with a second chance to win this thing.
You do wonder if that was the moment. Now Lengenhager.
Pick called.
I think given that your energy reserves are running a little bit lower, it's tougher to get back and grind and churn your way back into position. And so you understand picks beginning to occur with a bit more frequency. Checked in by Tatuian, matched up against Lengenhager. Sees the inside through to Dus. Everything looking a little bit lethargic downfield.
Pick called.
Lengenhager still has space to churn, and I'm not sure Tatuian believes that they had a play on the disc there, so just going to catch up into position. Disc is not going to go back. And that's the check. Polmeyer. Oh, it's sitting. Can Hostetler get there? She can, but she's not in, at least not yet. Hostetler, still count rising. Finds Dus. Hot Mess Express. We will see you in the final.
Wow, what an incredible game. Hot Mess Express gave themselves some incredible momentum right from the start. They kept it. Zoo Swarm would not go away, Benji. They stayed in it. They pushed them. They had their chance. I think on this last point, well, obviously that one getting away just gave Hot Mess Express that last breath of, hey, this is ours. Even when we make mistakes, we find ways to get it back. Let's walk this one in. They move it all the way up to the other end of the field, put in that final score, and they will feature for the first time in their club's short history in the Swiss National Championship in the women's division.
Yeah, a real gut check victory here for Hot Mess Express. So many players had enormous contributions for both sides in this one. Thinking about Swarm, yes, in a losing effort, but Lundsman and Sobert and Tatuian were massive for Hot Mess Express. Huge contributions from players like Vogue. We saw the ridiculous catch in one end zone from Vic. That was ridiculous. Merit Vey had a sensational game as well. So did Schemp, Hostetler, Lengenhager. Yeah, they will be a tough ask for the victors of the other semi-final.
Yeah, it's going to be a great final tomorrow. You mentioned a lot of names on Hot Mess Express. I do think they were very well distributed. They had some standout performances. They had players that really put it on the line, but I really think that everyone contributed, and that was a bit of the difference there.
Yeah,
they got
I agree.
More contribution from the whole roster.
I mean, look at that. It's obscene, frankly. It's obscene.
Obscene. Some incredible highlights in this game. What a pleasure to be a part of, to be able to have the chance to call this. Remember this catch by Way? Ain't no way. Oh my goodness, Benji.
Yes, Way, absolutely. And then she had another one down that far sideline on a throw that was dying away from her. There's a trailing edge grab from Ronja Saib. I mean, big plays from both sides all over the field. It was hard graft out there, which is exactly what you want for a national semi-final. Ludicrous from Tatuian, but you accept that, you know, it will be tough, but you like it because it makes the victory feel all the sweeter that you come against a team that, you know, you play this game again, it could go the other way, but on the day, you had what it took, what it takes, what it took, and now it is a hot mess finals berth tomorrow. Swarm will have to pick themselves up. They've got a bronze medal to play for tomorrow, but we will see hot mess in the final. For all of our ULTI.TV crew and for Stefan Rapazzo alongside me, Benji Rees, we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Milan. I mean, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.